Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, happening today, a major traffic closure is going to affect a lot of people. What drivers on the east side can expect this morning.
Also, Hollywood's biggest night has many of you talking this morning. We'll recap some of the night's biggest moments at the Oscars.
And those winds and cold temps will be an issue as we start the work week. A first alert is already in effect for today. We have your storm track weather coverage.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
I want to dedicate this award for my fellow Mexicans, the ones who live in Mexico. I pray that we can find and build the government that we deserve, and the ones that live in this country who are part of the latest generation of immigrants in this country. I just pray that they can be treated with the same dignity and respect of the ones who came before and built this incredible immigrant nation. Thank you very much.
And that was just one of the moments from last night's Oscars that has everyone buzzing this morning. Of course, we will have much more coverage of the show in case any of you missed the Academy Awards last night.
All right, but first we have to talk about the winds because all the cameras in the studio, everything's shaking a little bit in here. It's so windy.
It really is. Crystal is standing by with our forecast. And Crystal, we are under a first alert this morning.
Yeah, that's right. Just a heads up to everyone. The winds, they are strong this morning. Now, we felt them overnight, and you're going to continue as you drive into work. On top of that, we're windy, but also very cold. That cold air mass dropping temperatures to around freezing this morning over much of the region, with wind chills into the 20s. And also wet. Some rain fell overnight, some of it even freezing rain. In fact, driving in, had a little trouble with my windshield because some of those drops were freezing on to the windshield as I was driving. Now today, we're looking windy, but a little better later today as the clouds start to clear a bit and winds decrease some. We're still under a first alert, though, for your Tuesday with the strongest wind gusts expected then. We're going to check in on what those wind speeds are sitting at right now and also how cold your temperature is this morning in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Crystal. A major street project was supposed to open this week. Instead, drivers will have to deal with more detours this morning. We're talking about the construction on Montwood Street between McRae and Wedgwood. We have Good Morning El Paso's Denise Olivas there joining us live. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning, Hillary. We're at the intersection of McRae and Montwood right now, and this intersection here expected to close for another 2 weeks, and we're talking about Montwood from McRae over east to Wedgwood, and it's definitely not what drivers want to hear. Well, we were here early this morning, about 30 minutes ago, when crews started closing this area once again. The reason this has been so frustrating, residents and drivers have been dealing with this closure for 2 years. The city has been working on a flood control project, and that includes newly paved sidewalks and drains. Extending the closure for 2 more weeks is a decision the city made last week, just days before it was set to open.
We don't take this lightly. We know that this neighborhood has been incredibly patient with us for the past 2 years. Now we know to go back to them and ask for 2 more weeks of patience isn't a long time, but it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's going to pose as a problem for me. So I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, I wish there was a little bit more urgency. It's been going on for quite some time.
So again, he is not alone in this situation. Hundreds of drivers who go through this area every day will definitely be affected. Again, this area being closed for 2 more weeks until that project is closed, is ready, I should say. For now, we're live in East El Paso. Denise Olivas, ABC7.
All right, Denise, thank you. And now back to our coverage of the Academy Awards. This year's ceremony was not one to forget. ABC's Mary Bruce takes us through the performances and the big winners.
Look, it's great to be here. Who am I kidding? This is just great fun.
Birdman, a quirky comedy about a fading superhero, took home top honors last night, winning Best Picture and Best Director.
Pictures!
The 87th Annual Academy Awards, hosted for the first time by Neil Patrick Harris. As much Broadway as it was Hollywood. It was a night full of jaw-dropping moments. Lady Gaga like you've never seen her before. And raw emotion. John Legend and Common performing their Oscar award-winning song from Selma. There were plenty of laughs, too. Harris having fun with the audience.
Who's the most famous person that you're looking forward to meeting tonight?
Oh,
Ed Norton. He's right over there.
And later channeling a half-naked Birdman. There were no big upsets. J.K. Simmons winning Best Supporting Actor for Whiplash, a much-recognized character actor famous for those insurance commercials.
He won an Oscar. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
And Boyhood's Patricia Arquette took home the Best Supporting Actress award, sending out a heartfelt plea for change.
It's our time to have wage equality once and for all, and equal rights for women in the United States of America.
Best Actress went to Oscar favorite Julianne Moore for Still Alice. And a stunned Eddie Redmayne winning Best Actor for his powerful portrayal of Stephen Hawking.
I am fully aware that I am a lucky, lucky man. This Oscar, wow!
Now, the big show may be over, but the parties will last here in Hollywood well into the early morning hours. Even a little rain here can't dampen the Oscar spirit. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Hollywood.
And back here in the borderland, a man is clinging to life this morning after police say he was beaten outside an El Paso bar. It happened early Sunday morning at the Cowboy Touch Bar on 1700 North Zaragoza. Police say the 28-year-old man was attacked by several people while walking in the parking lot. The attackers fled the scene before police arrived. They're asking if you have any information about this attack to please call Crime Stoppers or the number 832-4400.
The investigation continues today into an apartment fire that left several people without a home. This happened yesterday around 3 p.m. at the Casa Clark apartment complex in central El Paso. Fire crews arrived to find heavy smoke from a second-floor apartment. They were able to put the flames out in seconds and no one was injured. The American Red Cross is helping those who were displaced. Still no word on what caused that fire. And on the way to that apartment fire, a fire truck was hit by a car, injuring several people. It crashed on Paisano and Gateway East. The department tells us their truck was in the intersection with a green light, but a car ran the red light. 3 emergency workers were taken to the hospital, and 2 people from the car all had serious injuries.
Meanwhile, the man killed in a standoff with New Mexico State Police has yet to be identified this morning. It began around 3 Friday afternoon just outside of Ruidoso in Lincoln County along the river RV park. Police say they were trying to catch an active fugitive wanted for sexual contact with a minor. He then barricaded himself inside his RV. The standoff lasted through the night into the morning. All the while, police say the fugitive was holding a gun. Police say he threatened the officers with that gun. When they responded with gunshots, he died at the scene, and we'll update you as soon as we get new information.
It is 6:08 and taking a look at our traffic cameras courtesy of TxDOT in central El Paso at I-10 and Piedras, where you can see traffic is moving smoothly. It also looks like there is something moving on the right-hand side of the screen. Can't tell if it's a flickering or if it's rain, but either way, just be careful as you're getting onto the roads today.
It was that one raindrop out there,
yeah,
right?
It looked like one. You see that? Just one little drop.
Got to look out for that. Well, after months of hard work and training, thousands of people took to the streets for the El Paso Marathon.
We'll hear from the 2 locals who finished first.
And our coverage of Oscars 2015 continues, including that coverage of the star-studded after parties.
But first, we are under a first alert, and meteorologist Crystal Fly has your forecast. Crystal.
And it is a bit of a bumpy forecast. We're talking winds, and more winds, plus some chances of rain. The details are up after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.